Who would you be if you fully embodied the life that you really wanted? And how would your decisions, your relationships, your daily experiences transform if you allowed yourself to live as that version of you right now? Let's get into the intro. So before we get into this identity shifting exercise, I want to just give you some context here so you can have a clear understanding, and that way you use the exercise that I'm going to guide you through at the end in the most effective way. So identity shifting is really just the process of transforming your self-concept. Your self-concept is a mixture of your beliefs, your thoughts, and the feelings that you hold about who you are. Okay? It's not just about your beliefs, it's not just about your thoughts, it's not just about your feelings. It's about all of those things in relation to who you think you are or who you believe yourself to be. Okay? Now, it's not always, like I know sometimes we talk a lot about, oh, you just have to change your habits, change your life. And while that can be true, because there is literally truth in all things, that can be true, but it's not always just about changing your habits and changing your behaviors. It's about aligning your sense of self with the reality that you genuinely desire, with the vision that you desire, with the goal that you have set in the heart or in the mind. That's what it's about. Now, why is that important? It's important because your identity is the core filter to which you experience life or you interpret life. It is the first filter to creating your reality. Now, remember we talked about in the last video, I probably talk about this all the time because it's so essential, but the reticular activating system is a group of nerves in the brain that filters your reality, right? I explained to you that it's this part of the brain that either focuses on opportunities or focuses on lack. Everything exists in the field. Everything exists in the collective. It's where your attention goes that is the most important, and this is why you don't want to get caught up in these so-called distractions. You want to be able to be very conscious as to where you're putting your attention. Now, where we put our attention is based upon how we see ourselves, what our self-concept is. Thoughts, emotions, beliefs about self. Okay? That's the first layer, is identity. Think of these as like 5 pillars in what totally creates your reality. These are 5 dimensions of yourself that together creates your reality, what you see in the collective. So the first one is identity. Identity, how you see yourself, then creates your core beliefs on what you feel about yourself. I am worthy, I am incapable, I am capable. Those like clear, very, very clear statements or very clear beliefs about self. The third one that comes after that, these core beliefs are going to influence your secondary beliefs or your thoughts that are just running, these thought programs that are just running day to day. These thoughts often trigger emotions and feelings in the body. This is the next layer or the next dimension or the next filter. And then after that comes your behaviors and your actions. That's the 5th dimension. After that, all together, that amalgamation creates the reality, okay? So it's important to understand that, because the more aware aware of yourself, it's all part of the awareness stage, and we'll tap into that a little bit in a second too. But the more that you are aware of how you are operating on each dimension, the more you're able to, be that Rubik's cube and like shift things around until you are in alignment. So you can understand how changing this filter, the identity filter, just this first layer, if you change how you see yourself, or you change the idea of yourself that you have, you begin to open up a lot of different opportunities for you. And some things show up and they're perceived as opportunities. Some things show up and they're perceived as limitations. Okay? Everything is based on how you see yourself. If I see myself or know myself to be a resilient leader, I'm going to have beliefs about what I can and can't do that are in alignment with me being a resilient leader, which means I will overcome mountains. I will go through multiple transformations. I will face challenge. I will rise above. I will think thoughts that I can do it. I don't know. I'm spacing inside, but I will have thoughts that will support what is in alignment with the new standard of self that I am holding. I will run feelings that is in alignment. Now, it doesn't mean that there aren't moments where I'm feeling overwhelmed in the body, right? There will always be those moments where feelings are saying such things and thoughts are saying these things. But I just don't, as the resilient leader, doesn't allow themselves to dwell in those spaces for very long. The resilient leader allows themselves to feel what needs to be felt, to understand what the information that this energy is bringing, and to either integrate it or apply or whatever is needed to be done. And the behavior is going to reflect the thoughts. This is why, like, if you know someone who's a massive procrastinator, can't hold a job, can't hold a relationship, is mad at the world, always blaming other people, basically this victim mentality, think about how that person thinks of themselves, because their thoughts are poison. The feeling is literal poison to the body and the cells. Like, everything about how this person is showing up in reality is reflecting how they see themselves. Let me just... So what we're actually going to do today is we're going to exercise. We're going to do an exercise, a visualization exercise, deeper than just visualization, because we are going to hack the nervous system. We're going to tap into the subconscious, and then we're going to do the visualization, and it's going to be very powerful. It's important that we do this, because when you go within with a relaxed body, a relaxed nervous system, you're able to let go of all the identities, all the storylines that are playing within your mind, that are playing and being held onto in your body. Yes, if you're tense, you're holding on to something, you're holding on to things, and it reflects very much psychologically that you're also holding on to most likely a lot of trauma around something, right? You're in survival when you're tense. So it's important to relax the body, to be in this state of deep rest, so your consciousness can revert back into that space of 0 point, that pregnant space of 0 point. And pregnant meaning full of possibility, just ready for you to create the portal for it to move through and present itself and actualize itself in the outer world, in your reality, in your life, okay? So we're going to embody certain traits of your desired identity immediately. This is you deciding to become, to see yourself, to shift how you see yourself, your perception of self, shift it and become who you want to be in the now. But there is a formula, okay? We don't just say affirmations all day and run from our problems. There is a formula. But first, let me break down to you why the nervous system is also a very key part when it comes to transformation. And it's because, one, it creates safety in the body. Whenever someone is triggered because they're overwhelmed, no matter if it's a good thing or a bad thing that's happening, when someone is triggered, it's because they don't feel safe in their body. And so you have to reverse engineer it and put yourself in a safe space so that way your body understands that when you're having this said visualized experience, you are safe to fully show up and to fully express yourself as the identity that is a reciprocal to the outcome this experience can bring for you. So the second thing is it rewires reactions to external feedback, as I just explained to you. Now that you have shown your body or your nervous system that this experience is not dangerous, it is not something that you have to protect yourself from, and you can fully express yourself, now you get to recreate how you would normally react. Some people might get scared and run off. There's so many different ways that a lot of us react, how a lot of us react when we are feeling overwhelmed. It's okay to say, I am only overwhelmed because this is a very new experience for me. And sure, I could make a mistake. I accept that. It is okay if that happens. I will continue to keep going because I am open for growth. I am open for feedback, right? It's just a whole different way that you're approaching certain situations, but it's not stopping you from trusting the unknown. It's not stopping you from trusting God. It's not stopping you from trusting yourself. The third thing, moving from survival mode to thriving mode. That's exactly what's happening. The fourth thing, integrating the new identity on a cellular level. Integrating the new identity on a cellular level. Big. Why is it big? Because what that line just says is that you are activating different parts of your DNA. You're tapping into different parts of your DNA. The last thing, it expands your capacity for growth and challenge. That means you naturally become more emotionally resilient. It means resilience grows within you on every level. And that's what you need for longevity. That's what you need to constantly grow. That's what you need to move, to transmute challenge into a victory. Okay? Here's a beautiful thing too. You see your identity as the vibration, as this frequency that resonates through your thoughts, that resonates through your emotions, that resonates through your actions. It literally codes your aura. This is your broadcast. This is your broadcast out in the field where all things are possible. This is why I said to you, I think I said in the other video, and I didn't really explain it very well, but the frequency that you place yourself on is your protection. It's your protection from any and everything that is not a reciprocal to the energy that you're on. And even if something does present itself, you're not going to perceive it to be anything that's going to limit you. Do you understand? So this energy literally vibrates through or at a subconscious level, because your beliefs exist in the subconscious, your habitual thoughts, your memories, it all exists in there. And when you shift the subconscious, remember we talked about this, the subconscious is what is just playing automatically. So you shift the tune that the subconscious should play, it's only going to remove the concept of resistance, procrastination, being overwhelmed. All of that disappears. And you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of like having this cup, right? This is my sweet tea that I'm drinking with some lime in it. Having this cup is almost empty, right? The cup is almost empty. And I'm focused on the fact that, oh my gosh, I only have this much of my juice left, right? Now, we switch frequencies and we start adding clear, fresh water. What's going to end up happening? If I keep pouring that water and I keep focusing on, the higher identity, the identity that is in alignment with the vision that is held in my heart, because we are only working with those who feel led to be guided by their heart. So anyways, we're pouring this new identity. This is the old identity, right? Half empty, lack, there's only a little bit left. Now we're tapping into the higher identity, the identity that is peaceful, that is prosperous, that is abundant, that is disciplined, that understands the concept of rhythm, of repetition, okay? The one that understands the concept of curiosity and the importance of curiosity. It's important to ask questions so you can discover more about yourself, okay? But if I keep pouring that identity in to this container, my being is the container, right? Keep pouring that in, abundant. All this murky water, all this old identity is going to rise to the top and release itself easily. No force. Do you know what force looks like? Force looks like me trying to suck the water up and dump it aside to try to get it all out. That's a mess. In fact, as much as I think I'm sucking up, half of it is being released back into the water anyway, because I'm not tapping into the path of least resistance. That's the thing. I'm not tapping into the path of least resistance. I'm choosing the path with all the resistance. And so I'm never going to see any results, Anyway, so now what you want to understand is that there are 4 stages of transformation. And these stages of transformation are in alignment with alchemy. The first stage is awareness. This is the fire stage. Awareness is extremely important. You have to become aware, remember, of these 5 dimensions of your reality. It means tapping into those dimensions of self. It means recognizing, oh shoot, I realize that when I feel like this, it leads me to make these certain decisions or take these actions. And no action is action, by the way. No action is still a decision. I'm just saying. So the element of fire is important because it burns away all the impurities. As you're noticing, I do that and I don't like that. I do think that about myself and I don't like that. Or, I do happen to have this belief, or, I keep having this experience because I see myself as someone that is a reciprocal to this. I see myself as that. Certain truth bombs, uncomfortable to recognize, that is you turning the fire upon yourself and burning away impurities. This is like decluttering. You're decluttering your space. Okay? Now, what also comes with this stage is acceptance. Accepting that, yeah, I really don't like that about myself. Very big. Remember we talked about, I always say this in every video. Remember we talked about in the last video, the moment you're able to accept the very thing that you're resisting, it no longer has power over you, and you can open yourself up to the infinite amount of possibilities that are possible, other than that one that you were so focused on. The second stage is clarity or intention. Now, clarity or intention is important because once you've, burnt away the impurities, then you want to then take it through a different transformative process through the element of water. And this is you going deeper into the subconscious now. Now we're at the depths of ourselves, deep in the ocean. And, now we're starting to basically plant seeds. Okay. Now you ask yourself, what do I want? Why do I want it? We always talk about, yes, you need to know the why, but you know where the why comes from? The why comes from the excitement that the body feels. Do you understand? It's like I might say, I want to be a coach. Well, why do you want to be a coach? I want to, the why is a feeling. It's the feeling of I love being able to bring people through transformation. I love when people get that aha moment. I love that I get to be part and watch people shift and transform and create better lives and situations for themselves. And not even just that, but to see themselves very different. I love when people are empowered. I love that. I love that. I love that for you. Let me give you this example. I want to, manifest a certain dollar amount, a certain amount of money, because I want to be able to bring my parents to Ghana and not have them worry about anything. Okay? It doesn't matter what the dollar amount is, to be very honest. I just want to know that I have that experience, not because it makes me feel like I've accomplished something, but just because it would just give me pure joy to know that I can say, nah, don't even worry about it, Dad. Don't worry about it, Mom. I got it. And for them to feel completely relaxed and to give back. You know what I mean? It's a feeling. The why is a feeling. So whatever that ultimate vision is for you, you have to be emotionally, like an emotional feeling in the body. Because that is what the nervous system begins to be programmed to accept, okay? What also happens in this stage is you become to disassociate with your current self in order to create that next future self, that you 2.0, okay? That next level you. You begin to disassociate, and it's not disassociate like brother, it's not like that. It's like you disassociate like when the girlies hit you up like, you want to go to the club tonight, and you're just like, nah, I kind of would rather just use my time to work on my art. And it's no disrespect, you're just not down for that anymore. You get what I mean? Like, it could be with anything. It's just kind of like nah, I don't really have a desire for that. And it naturally falls away. The third stage is creation and embodiment. And this is where, now that you've planted the seed, now that you have very clear understanding, you've basically told your nervous system where to bring you. You said, nervous system, this is what I want. You said, subconscious, this is what I want. you've given it instructions. So the creation and the embodiment stage is stage three, and it is governed by the element of air. This is where we are speaking things into existence. This is where we are moving and shaking, okay? This is where we are learning to embody and try on this new identity. And what happens in this stage is you're basically just learning how to be this new you. You're learning how to play this new role, because there has to be a period of learning. There has to be, because you're like literally, the impurities are falling away. You're literally picking apart the things like, okay, don't want that in my new identity. Need this in my new identity. Because not everything has to fall away. You get to choose, right? But basically this is where you are doing this, the SOPs, the things that you do daily that compound into big results, right? Things become a process. You become a process. You become a process, because creation is a process, y'all. Creation is a process. To paint the picture, it's a process. It might be all over the place, but it's a process, okay? Stage 4, which is the last and final stage, is adjustment. This is like the testament phase. The adjustment phase is governed by the element of earth, and earth suggests grounding. This is the stage where you are grounding into the new identity. It comes with challenges. It comes with tests. This is why I call it the testament phase. It comes with tests. It comes with challenges, because you have to learn how not to go back. You have to learn to continue working through the crooks and the crevices of you, to like shift how you're going to react, how you're going to think, how you're going to feel through these perceived challenges. Okay? You got to learn how to coordinate and still keep that frequency. So it's your testament phase for sure. And then you settle in. One day you wake up and you're like, yo, when did I get here? What? This is life? Life is lifing. That's literally what happens. This entire thing, this alchemy thing, it ain't a joke. This mental alchemy thing, it ain't a joke. This spiritual alchemy thing, it ain't a joke. So now that I kind of brought you through that, let's get into this visualization kind of exercise. Let me remind you, let me just give y'all a little bit of a disclaimer. If you're driving, don't listen to this, okay? If you need to be aware for whatever reason, pause it, come back to it later, enjoy it, work through it, leave a comment in the description. Let me know how you're doing, how you're feeling. Come back in 3 weeks. Let me know how things are progressing. I digress, okay? Make sure if you need to be, present and aware, just don't do it, please, okay? If you do, that's on you. Because what we're going to do is we're going to go into a deep guided meditation / visualization to help you embody and integrate this new identity, okay? Now, before you do this, I really want you to take the time to sit with yourself, like pause the video, sit with yourself, and work through those 5 dimensions of reality, okay? Ask yourself, what do I believe about myself right now? How do I see myself? What is my self-concept? What are my core beliefs? What thoughts do I have running in my mind? What thoughts do I have running in my mind all day? What emotions am I always holding and carrying in my body? What behaviors and actions am I constantly taking? And reverse engineer that. First, look at your reality and then ask yourself, what is my behavior like every single day? What actions am I taking all the time? Then ask yourself, okay, I'm taking these actions. Why? What is it that I'm feeling that's triggering me, or that's inspiring or conditioning, whatever the word is, but conditioning me to behave in such way? Okay, when I'm feeling this thing, what thoughts am I hearing going through my mind? What beliefs am I kind of hearing? Oh, I'm not good enough, or, whatever. And then say, okay, well, what is the belief behind this belief? That's your core belief. Okay? Then ask yourself, well, wow, how am I seeing myself in order for me to have this belief, in order for me to have these thoughts, emotions, behaviors, actions? Do that first. Actually write it down in your journal. It will be very beneficial. When you go through that and you discover some hard truths, be compassionate with yourself. We are all human. We are all here learning. The fact that you're even watching this video means you have a desire to grow, okay? And the universe is providing you with the thing that you need in order to decide, to make a decision to change right now, today, okay? So do that first. Have some self-compassion. Accept it. Accept the fact that this is where you are right now, okay? And then come back to the video and we'll get started in the visualization. I'll see you in a second. Now, before we begin, find a comfortable position, either sitting or laying down. Now close your eyes and bring your attention to your breath. Take a deep breath in through your nose and exhaling gently through your mouth. As you breathe, feel your body begin to relax. Imagine roots growing from the base of your spine and from the soles of your feet, sinking deep into the earth. Feel the support of the ground beneath you, connecting you to a deep, calming energy that flows upward, grounding and energizing you. Now, bring your awareness to the center of your body, just beneath your navel. This area is known as the lower dantian. This is your energetic center. With each breath, feel a warmth building here. A calm yet powerful energy that begins to fill your body. This energy is here to support you. This energy is here to remind you of your inner strength and potential. Now, bring to mind the version of yourself that you want to embody. Imagine this self, the you that lives with confidence, alignment, and purpose is standing just a few steps in front of you. Notice how they hold themselves, how they breathe, and the expression on their face. Take a moment to observe, almost as if you're meeting them for the first time. When you're ready, visualize yourself stepping closer to this version of you. As you take each step, feel yourself getting lighter, shedding any doubts, fears, or limitations that don't belong to this empowered version of yourself. When you're close, imagine merging with this ideal self. Feel yourself stepping right into their body, filling out their presence and becoming one with this energy. You are now in the skin of your new empowered self. Now that you're here, take a deep breath and let yourself settle in to this new identity. Feel the way your posture has changed. Notice the calm confidence that radiates from within. What are the core beliefs that shape this new you? Take a moment to hear these beliefs in your mind as clear statements of truth. I am resilient. I trust myself and my path. I am worthy of my goals. I am worthy of financial security. I act from abundance and inner peace. Feel how these new beliefs anchor themselves within you like powerful roots, grounding you in this new way of being. Notice the energy that flows through your body as these beliefs take root, filling you with a sense of certainty and peace. Allow yourself to feel how deeply true they are, as though they have always been a part of you. Now, imagine yourself moving through your day as this new self. Picture a moment in the near future, maybe later today or tomorrow, where you interact with someone important in your life. See yourself standing tall, feeling open and grounded, responding with calm and clarity. Notice how this new version of you listens, speaks, and connects with ease and confidence. Feel the warmth and admiration in the other person's response, recognizing the shift in you. Now, visualize yourself taking action on one of your biggest goals. As you do, notice the steady focus in your mind and the effortless flow in your actions. Sense how aligned everything feels, as if every step you take is guided by a deep, intuitive wisdom. Every moment, every choice is in harmony with your vision, and you are no longer chasing results. You are simply being the person for whom success is natural. Feel the confidence in each action and in each step forward. Now, bring to mind a powerful mantra that encapsulates this new identity, something that sums up your essence and purpose as this new self. Maybe it's, I am resilient and empowered, or I am in alignment with my highest self, or maybe I trust and embrace the journey. Let this mantra flow through you, repeating it in your mind with each breath. With each inhale, feel the words filling you up, energizing every cell. And with each exhale, let this mantra expand beyond you, radiating towards the outer world. As you repeat this mantra, feel it become part of you, intertwined into your thoughts, your energy, and your entire being. This mantra is yours to carry, to use whenever you need to reconnect with this powerful identity. Now, take a deep breath, feeling the fullness of this new identity within you. Know that this version of you is always here, always available, waiting for you to embody it. Feel a sense of gratitude for this time, this experience, and this shift. And when you're ready, slowly bring your awareness back to your surroundings. Wiggle your fingers, roll your shoulders, and take one last deep breath, feeling refreshed and ready to carry this new self forward. And when you're ready, gently open your eyes, returning to this present moment, connected, grounded, and transformed. And so it is. Woo! So I hope you guys enjoyed that guided visualization. I want you to take a second really fast, grab your journal, write down, what did you embody in this new identity? How did this new identity stand? What did it feel like to feel this new version or this new self as a confident self? What were the beliefs that came to mind? What were some of the feelings that this new self held within their body? What was their thought processes? How did they, or how do they approach challenge? These are the answers that you want to get from this higher identity, from this higher self. These are the answers that you want to get and you want to implement. You want to practice integrating within your being. Now, here is a bit of an exercise to, still a truth bomb exercise. This will encourage you to continue to carry this new identity into your life. And so you want to ask yourself at the end of every day, what did I do today that aligns with my ideal self? What I did today that aligns with my ideal self is I made this video for y'all. Because my ideal self is always giving and sharing and is open and is hopeful and is determined to raise the frequency of this earth through truth, through helping people to understand themselves, and through transformation. Okay? What did I do today that aligns with my ideal self? Ask yourself that. And if your answer is nothing, well then the mirror that you're being shown in your reality, only you can take responsibility for that. But if your answer is, I did this, and I have been continuing to do this, well then kudos to you. I'm proud of you. Continue to do it. All it takes is one moment for your entire world to change, for your whole entire life to change. And so, I feel like this is the end of this video. Again, I invite you to revisit this visualization exercise regularly as a tool for reinforcement, okay? And I also want to encourage you to do that journaling exercise as well. What did I do today that aligns with my ideal self? Incorporate that into your day and you will check yourself. Trust me, it's like a self-checking. And I don't mean check mark yourself. I mean, you will check yourself like, listen, honey, you ain't been doing what you know you're supposed to be doing. Higher self is telling you, and you're telling your body, but you're not doing it. And so then what happens? Your body disconnects. It doesn't trust you anymore. But that's a video for another time. If you like this video, like it. If you are a returned subscriber, comment down below. You're my friend. I want to get to know you. And if you're new here, subscribe. Stick around for a while. Check out some of my other videos. Leave a comment. Let me know that you're new here and that you're loving the energy. You're loving the alchemist's perspective. And I hope to see you in the next one. Peace.